Good afternoon. Welcome to our Veterans Day celebration. Would you please stand for the presentations of colors by Wilton's American Legion and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please welcome kindergartner Jace Paulson to the stage.
Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for the singing of the national anthem led by our Resonance Jazz Choir.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
You may be seated. Next, we will have our elementary music teacher and our second and third graders performing a tune by the name of There Are Many Flags. Thank you, Miss Whitehead, second and third graders. That was amazing.
This special day has brought us all together, and I would like to share the history of Veterans Day. In 1918, on the 11th hour of the 11th day in the 11th month, the world rejoiced and celebrated. After 4 years of bitter war, the Allied powers signed a ceasefire agreement with Germany, bringing World War I to an end. The war to end all wars was over. November 11th was set aside as Armistice Day in the United States to remember the sacrifices the men and women made during World War I in order to ensure a lasting peace. Armistice Day officially received its name in the United States in 1926 through a congressional resolution. It became a national holiday 12 years later. Congress voted Armistice Day a federal holiday in 1938, 20 years after the war ended. But Americans realized that the previous war would not be the last one. World War II began the following year, and nations great and small again participated in a bloody struggle. After the Second World War, Armistice Day continued to be observed on November 11th. In 1953, townspeople in Emporia, Kansas called the holiday Veterans Day in gratitude to the veterans in their town. Soon after, Congress passed a bill introduced by a Kansas congressman renaming the federal holiday to Veterans Day. Beginning in 1954, the United States designated November 11th as Veterans Day, a day set aside to honor all veterans of all wars. President Eisenhower, in his signing of the bill creating Veterans Day, stated, "On that day, let us solemnly remember the sacrifices of all those who fought so valiantly on the seas, in the air, and on foreign shores to preserve our heritage of freedom, and let us deconsecrate ourselves to the task of promoting and enduring peace, so that their efforts shall not have been in vain."
On behalf of the students and staff, the guests behind me on stage, along with the community of Wilton, we are grateful for the presence today of our many veterans and their families. My name is Riley Miller.
My name is Bowen Shenander.
My name is Gracie Froman.
And I'm Oliver Grunder.
We will be your MCs for today's presentation.
At this time, we will have the introduction of veterans. When your branch is announced, please stand or wave. If you served or do serve in the Army, please stand or wave. If you served or do serve in the Marines, please stand or wave. If you served or do serve in the Navy, please stand or wave. If you served or do serve in the Coast Guard, please stand or wave. If you served or do serve in the Air Force, please stand or wave. It is such an honor to have you all with us today. Let's give them all another round of applause.
Our guest speaker today is a United States Navy veteran. Lisa Johnson's primary role while in the Navy was as a firefighter. Ms. Johnson continued her career with the Muscatine Sheriff Department, where she spent 23 years. Prior to this, her service covered working at a women's maximum security facility, working on a gang task unit jail division, and being a corporal field training officer. Ms. Johnson was also a union steward for the Corrections Division and served as a public safety officer at Unity Point Hospital ER. She currently channels her passion towards local veterans as well as individuals with special needs and disabilities by serving as a member of the County Board of Muscatine for Veterans Affairs and runs the nonprofit Misty Dawn Loving Arms. She is a proud Air Force mom, as her son Dalton is an instructor in the Air Force. Ms. Johnson enjoys visiting Arizona, with her favorite thing now being called Grandma. Please welcome Lisa Johnson.
Thank you, Wilton. Wow, what an honor. I am truly, truly blessed, and you guys truly made all the stops on celebrating this special day. It's one of my favorite holidays of the year. It truly is. So a little bit of background about me. I did not graduate from Wilton, but I did graduate from Muscatine High School. May 26th, the day after I graduated, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, didn't know what my purpose was, didn't know if I wanted to go to college. So I got on an airplane and I flew to New York City, where I was a nanny for 2 years. Went to a community college out there, still didn't know what I wanted to do, and I moved back to Iowa. I literally was in Iowa, Muscatine, for 2 months. And I went out to the mall, when we had a mall, and I saw a recruiter who sold me the moon. And if you know, you know. The recruiting station was right next to a Baskin-Robbins, and he promised me 2 things. 1, I would have fun, and 2, I wouldn't have to cut my long hair. Little did I know when I went to boot camp in Orlando, Florida of that year, which they just suffered a hurricane. It was in July. You don't go to boot camp in the summer in Florida. So I learned my lesson there. My very first night, when I checked in, I remember my TIs, which were my drill instructors, tell me, get a good night's sleep, we'll check on you, we'll be back in the morning. Now I knew better because my dad was in the military, and he told me the sleepless nights will start from day 1, and they did. At 200 hours in the morning, our TIs came in with metal trash cans and rolled them down the middle of the room and started screaming. Little did I know that my life would be forever changed, and I knew at that point there's no turning back. I graduated boot camp, but in the midst of boot camp, about week 6, they said, you're going to go see the military barber. And I said, wait a minute. My recruiter said I wouldn't have to cut my hair. They said, you will be cutting your hair. So little did I know that the truths that they tell you when you sign on the dotted line and you go to MEP station, you didn't get to keep your long hair. It wasn't the end of the world for me. I graduated boot camp and I stayed in Orlando, Florida. I went to firefighting training school. That was probably the most intense school that I ever went through, obviously. Graduated there, and I was supposed to go to La Maddalena, Italy. And 2 days before graduating my MOS school, my orders got canceled, which we probably all know about that. 2 days before you're supposed to leave, they tell you you're not going there. My new duty station would be shore duty. And yes, I spent time in the military, in the Navy, and I never seen a ship. I was shore duty. I was stationed at Norfolk, Virginia, at Sinkland Fleet, and I worked in a building with admirals and all the higher-ups. There was no windows. When I finished my career in the military, I decided that I was going to move to Pennsylvania and took a job with the Department of Corrections. And I spent some time there, a few years, and I worked on a women's maximum security prison on death row. Being in the military instilled me to my career path working in law enforcement. You don't know that really in your early 20s. When I moved back to Iowa, which was December 14th, 1998, I took a job with the Muscatine County Sheriff's Department, where I spent 23 years there. When I retired from there, I realized at that point the military actually instilled the traits that I needed to work in that career field. And then I realized the day that I retired, I literally worked most of my adult life in law enforcement and in buildings that had no windows. After I graduated and went through the training through law enforcement, which was 13 weeks in Pennsylvania and was a week here in Iowa, I tell the young people that want to join the military, you may not know what you want to do after high school, but it was probably one of the best decisions that I made at my 20-year-old self, was to do that, because I needed that discipline and I needed that brother and sisterhood that you always will carry with you. If you know, is what I say. I want to leave on this. On Veterans Day, while we were here at home, they traveled land, sea, and air to make sure we stayed safe to protect and keep us free. And freedom is not free. Words are not enough to give them what they are due. On Veterans Day, please thank them for their service. God bless our veterans and our current men and women that serve. If you see a veteran, thank them for their service. Shake their hand. On my final note, the things that the military instilled upon me that I still carry to this day is, one, I never leave home without making my bed. I always make my bed military style. And I live by these three things: God, country, family. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm truly blessed and honored.
Thank you, Mrs. Johnson, for your captivating words today as we honor our veterans. Now we will have Mrs. Whitehead, Mrs. Norman, and the Opus Choir perform another song for us called My Country.
Thank you, Opus Choir. That was really beautiful. Next, our fourth graders will present their thank you letters to our veterans. After learning about the background and history of Veterans Day, the fourth graders then wrote a thank you letter to a veteran to show appreciation and honor them. These three students would like to read their letters today to show their appreciation.
Hello, my name is Zeke Weber, and I'm a fourth grader here at Willen Elementary. Dear veteran, thank you for serving in the USA. You are a hero to us, and thank you for being brave and going out to war for our safety. We feel safe thanks to you. You are fearless. From Zeke.
Hello, my name is Rain Cook, and I am also a fourth grader here at Whitland Elementary. Dear veteran, thank you for your bravery. Thank you for serving our country now or in the past. Because of you, we all have freedom. Now we don't have to worry about people hurting our country. Thank you for everything you have done. Sincerely, Rain.
Good afternoon. My name is Lexi Sharp. I am a fourth grader here at Wilton Elementary. Dear veteran, thank you for your service. You are so brave and strong. I am proud of you. You make our country strong and thankful. Keep up the hard work. Because of you, we are free. You are a hero. Thank you for your sacrifice. I hope you have a great day. Thank you for coming. Sincerely, Lexi Sharp.
Wow, fourth graders, you have done an amazing job thanking our veterans. Now please enjoy the song Unsung Hero presented by our junior high and high school choirs under the direction of Patty Norman. Thank you, junior high and high school choirs. That was beautiful.
Veterans Day isn't just a day for veterans. It's a day for all Americans. It's a day we collectively say thank you to this exclusive club of men and women. There's no tribute that can truly match the immense collective sacrifices for this selfless act of service. Let us leave today knowing it is our solemn duty as citizens to do our best to live up to the American values of service, responsibility, generosity, and citizenship, which have become our veterans' lasting legacy. Please join me in a moment of silence to honor those veterans who are no longer with us.
Group, attention.
Thank you.
The recognizable version of taps that we know today dates back to the Civil War. Its 24 notes have become customary at flag ceremonies, celebrations such as this, and military funerals. Taps was an adaptation from a similar French bulge melody that was played to signal lights out and go to sleep to the soldiers in camp. Taps will be performed today by Sarah Marine and Lily Bezdek.
Please rise for the retiring of the colors. Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Veterans, be sure to grab a magnet on the way out.